Hi again, everyone. My name's Eddie Harrold, and I'm here at the Aspen Club in Aspen, Colorado, and I'm here today to teach you a breathing technique which I call the four-step breath. Step one is a nasal inhale, always moving the diaphragm down, taking the slowest inhale as possible. Step two, a brief 2 or 3 second holding of the breath or internal retention of the breath once the inhale is complete. So you've created a gap between the end of the inhale and the initiation of a new exhale. Step three is a slow nasal exhale. And step four is a brief external retention or pausing of the breath, where you're creating a gap in time between the bottom of the exhalation process and the initiation of a new fresh moment on the inhale. So sit up tall, let your eyes close, become aware of the process that we call breathing. Relax your eyes and jaw. Step one, inhaling as slowly as you can through your nostrils. Visualize the diaphragm moving down towards the low back, great support in the low back. Chest expands. Hold the breath in for 2 or 3 seconds. Exhale slowly through your nose. Release the pressure slowly out of the lungs as you squeeze the abdominal muscles, and then hold the breath out for just a moment or two. Repeat. Inhale slowly. Feel the energy rising up from the pelvis to the belly to the heart and lungs. Hold in several moments. Exhale slowly. Let the pressure come out with great ease, control, and notice the length of the exhale. Pause for just a moment, and then inhale again. Going through several rounds of this four-step breathing. Facial features are soft. And notice what's happening inside the body. Places where we store tension. Sense that tension being released. Notice what's going on in the brain. Blockages and walls that we've artificially set up in the brain are now being torn down. And there's a deeper level of concentration. Now, you don't have to hold the breath in or out long. I don't want to disturb the length, depth, or pace of inhale or exhale. I just want to try to move into a deeper state of concentration, a deeper state of personal awareness, a deeper space of personal performance. Four-step breathing. Slow motion inhale, inflate the lungs. A brief pause for 2 or 3 seconds. Slow motion exhale. A brief pause after the exhale. Now remember, less is more here. You don't need to hold in or out for a long time. I don't want to rush the inhale or exhale and agitate the mind and spike the heart rate. This is a gentle practice. And inside this gentleness, you'll find great mental strength and great mental endurance to perform at higher and higher levels. Not just mentally, but physically. And also you can calm emotions that sometimes draw us into personal or professional conflict. Finish up this round, and at the end of this round, let your breath find its own way back. Let your body breathe on its own. and then open your eyes. How was that? 4-part breath. I use this all the time, and it's a wonderful tool to raise levels of attention mentally and also keep the body vibrant. Notice the 4-part breath. We had this internal retention of holding. So you inhaled and you held the breath in. At that point, we created pressure in the body where the qualities of the inhale, the oxygen, the nitrogen, and the carbon are pushed deeper into the bloodstream. They're pushed deeper into the nervous system. When you stopped breathing mentally, you'll notice your mind was meditative. There was a deeper level of concentration. There was a deeper level of absorption of everything that's going on. And when we're in deeper states of concentration, it's easier for us to get out of our own way and let our best work come forward. And you can begin to see when you hold the breath in that you have the opportunity. You control your thoughts. Your thoughts don't control your behavior. You control the mind. The mind doesn't control you. You're not down in the mailroom. You're the CEO. And you begin to reclaim a healthier sense of self during that internal retention. And you begin to see that you have a lot more power over how you're showing up in your life than you normally give yourself credit for. Use that little internal retention, not just mentally, but physically. The internal breath retention in the body is very good in regard to amplifying digestion, having lower heart rates and lower blood pressure going through the day, a greater level of alkalinity in the blood, a greater level of serotonin in the heart, in the blood, in the nerves. All these things are great for stalling aging, amplifying the mental process. Notice after you held the breath in, there was a little more vibrancy to the exhale. In other words, there was a little more pressure that you had to have a little more power in the process of exhale, which is wonderful because it calms us down. It lets go the last moment completely before we inhale into a new moment. And it keeps the body fresh. It keeps things moving along. And then we held the breath out for just a moment. And you'll notice that was probably mentally the hardest part, was holding the breath out. So notice you were paying great attention at that point. The idea here is to pay attention without judging what's happening. Your body knows how to inhale on its own. It will inhale. So when you're holding the breath out, mentally you're paying attention to what's happening. And folks who pay attention and follow things out are usually a lot more successful in their relationships, their day-to-day work, their professional life, than folks who stop paying attention when things become difficult and revert back to old posturing and old behaviors. Number two, when you hold the breath out, the brain goes down into the alveoli sacs of the lungs, which exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide. It goes down in the pockets of the body where there's stale air residue of air that hasn't been exchanged from old exercise routines or old stressful relationship routines that have taken our breath away, times that were tough in our life. And at that point, when we're not breathing, the brain will allow the body to incinerate this stale air residue from any part of the body. And then the next time you inhale, these blockages, these little things that we had stopping us from breathing deeply, the stale air residue, with that stale air residue being removed, these cells can receive fresh air again. And they're vibrant and open like they were before the stressful event that occurred years ago. So holding the breath out for just a few moments, we burn the stale air residue out of the tissues of the body. On the next inhale, those cells receive that fresh air again, and they're up in line, running strong. Mentally holding the breath out, it's a powerful process of learning how to pay attention. And believe me, you're going to inhale again, so there's nothing to be afraid of. When you're holding out and holding in, remember you can always hold the breath in longer than you can hold it out. In fact, you can probably hold the breath in twice as long as you can hold it out. But the idea during the holdings are, don't rush the inhale or exhale that's going to come out of the holding. So after you're holding out, don't hold out so long that the inhale is going to become rushed. When you're holding the breath in, don't hold the breath in so long that you're going to dump that air out very quickly on the exhale. Remember, you want to exhale slowly through your nose. And the slower you exhale through your nose, the more the brain and the body's tissues can extract the oxygen molecule, the one oxygen molecule, out of the carbon dioxide waste product that we have from the exhale. So exhaling slowly through the nose, the brain and the body is going to extract that one oxygen molecule from the carbon dioxide. It'll add that to the 2 oxygen molecules you get on the inhale, and you'll have a third more mental and physical power almost overnight in regard to how you're going to move through your day. So use this 4-part breath any way you choose to. It's very multidimensional. I can use it at my desk. I can use it in my cardiovascular routines. I can use it in my strength and flexibility, stretching routines. I can also use it at any time for meditation, concentration. It's really something you could do at any time to pull yourself present and become completely absorbed in what you're trying to achieve and not be distracted into what everybody else is doing. 4-part breath. Practice it all the time. It was great to be with you today, everyone. I'm Eddie Harrold here at the Aspen Club. Go be great.